You're sending out agent submissions. Crickets. You're wondering what you're doing wrong. Your demo sounds good. You've got some credits, but nothing's happening. Here's the thing. Most voice actors approach agents completely backwards. They think agents are these gatekeepers they need to impress and beg to work with. That's not how it works. And in this video, I'm going to break down the real reasons agents aren't responding to you, and more importantly, how to fix it. Let's get into it. By the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm Carroll. I'm a full-time voice actor and coach. I've made over $1 million in voiceover, done over 2,000 voiceover projects. I'm the narrator for History Channel's Backroad Truckers. I'm a Voice Arts Award winner, and I've got over 300 killers in VoiceOver School, where I'm the founder of and I coach in, going full-time, booking their first job, and even getting agents right now. Look, I get it. Getting agent representation feels like the holy grail. It feels like once you get an agent, you've made it, and the work is just gonna flow in, just tumble in like an avalanche in. No, not usually how it works. And agents are valuable, don't get me wrong. I work with agents all the time. They help me book some great jobs like Backroad Truckers that I wouldn't have had access to otherwise. But, and this is important, agents are not the main part of my income, and they shouldn't be the main part of yours either. I could drop all my agents tomorrow and it really wouldn't significantly change my career because I've built a business that doesn't depend on them. But here's what most people don't understand. The reason you're not getting agent representation has nothing to do with your talent. It has everything to do with how you're approaching them and whether you even need one in the first place. Do you even know why you want one? It's not a cure-all. It's not a magic pill. You're not instantly going to be famous when you get one. Because here's the truth. Most voice actors treat agents like bosses they need to impress. But agents don't work like that. Agents work for you. It's a partnership. And if you don't understand that going in, you're already starting from the wrong place. Let me break down the real reason agents are passing on you and what you need to do differently. Reason number one, you're going in with your hat in your hand thinking you need to beg for their approval. Stop that right now. It's embarrassing. I talked to your mom. She's not happy with you. You're representing the family poorly. Terrible. Just terrible. Here's the reality. Agents work for you. Get that straight. It's not the other way around. Yes, they take a commission. Yes, they open doors. But this is a partnership. A partnership you're in charge of. You're bringing them business. At least you should be. And that's how you get with, that's how you should be approaching it. And here's how I approach it. I bring work to my agents. I bring more work to them than they bring to me. When I book a big job on my own and I need some help negotiating the rate, I loop in my agent. They help me get a better deal and make sure I don't shoot myself in the foot. I make way more money and they also make money, so win-win. And you know what happens? They start sending me more work because they know I'm bookable. They know I'm working and I'm sending them jobs as well. All they got to do is send a contract and do a little negotiation. It's easy work for them, but they know that I'm doing something that most voice actors don't do, and that's hustling for them as well. When you're making other people money, they want to work way harder for you. It's just the truth. And when you do that, they know you're professional. You need to approach them as a peer, as somebody who's already working and looking for a strategic partner to help you scale. Reason number two, your demo isn't good enough. In fact, it sucks. I'm not talking about whether it sounds good. I'm talking about whether it stands out. A lot of people try to get agents with like a DIY demo they recorded in their closet next to their winter coats, and it can be done. I've heard some great ones. In fact, in VoiceOver School, I talk about the importance of making DIY demos in the beginning, but I also talk about why you shouldn't send those to agents, especially if you want a good one. They can tell the difference. You need a really good, professionally produced demo to score a big agent. But more than that, you need it to stand out. You can't just be your average voice actor. Agents have hundreds, sometimes thousands of voice actors on their roster, and tens of thousands trying to get on their roster. So what makes you different? Is it your tone, your range, your niche, your credits, your personality, your ability to do a perfect impression of a drunken pirate? I don't know, but you better have something. By the way, I don't recommend leading with an impression of a drunken pirate on your demo to send to an agent, unless you do like a really, really good one. Mark Rao does an incredible drunken pirate. He might just be drunken talking to me at the time, but shout out to Mark Rao. If your demo sounds like everyone else's demos, agents have no good reason to take a chance on you, right? They've already got you. What's the point? So before you even think about submitting to agents, ask yourself, is my demo truly exceptional? Does it showcase something unique? Would I sign me? And be honest with yourself. If the answer is no, go back to the drawing board, get a better demo, find your unique angle, then come back. You know, one way that I like to approach doing demos is listing out all the companies that I'd really like to work work with that I haven't worked with yet. You can look at like the clothing you either wear or clothing you would like to wear if you can't afford it, car you drive or car you would like to drive if you can't afford it, computers that you like. Are you a Mac? Are you a PC person? Food that you eat, restaurants you go to. Just start making a long list and then go to a really good producer, demo producer like JMC Demos, Mark Grau, Ear Blowing Audio, and give them your idea for your demo and just go to town. Get a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of possible spots, like companies that you would like to work for, tones that you'd like to see in your demos. Start collecting spots that you hear on, I was going to say the radio, but who listens to the radio anymore? On Spotify, on YouTube. Start collecting them. Make a YouTube playlist of spots that are inspiring you for your demo. Send all that to a demo producer. Really take time. And then at the end of that, because you're coming up with the inspiration for it and you're working with a demo producer where they're going to steer you in the way of what's current right now, you're going to create something that is not only fantastic, something you personally connect with because you started going through brands you'd like to work with and you have an affinity towards it, but you're also going to come up with something extremely unique because it's all from you. Don't just go and be like, I don't know what I want in my demo. Can you just help me out? And then they write you some spots and you get a demo and it sounds really good, but generic because you didn't put any thought into it. You just asked them to do it for you. Reason number 3, you're sending the same generic email to every single agent. I have been guilty of this myself in the past. Don't do that. Don't send something like, Dear agent, I'm a professional voice actor with a passion for voiceover. Please consider me for representation. Attached is my demo or a link to my demo. Thank you. Delete. Next. That's what happens. Agents get hundreds of these emails. You need to stand out in your outreach too. Here's what you should do instead. Just be bold with your subject line. So like, for instance, if you made a ton of money last year, I have a student who cleared 6 figures in her first year and she was having trouble getting agents to respond. So I said, put in the subject line, I made $100,000 in my very first year in voiceover looking for an agent to help me scale. But simplified, not quite that long. But basically that's it. I made $100,000. I need an agent to help me make more. The responses way up and from some of the top agents in the business. Here's another one, a bold one. You're missing out on this voice and here's why. Just leave it. It's like a hook. Think about your subject line as like a TikTok video. You want it to have like a hook so they're curious, so they open it. Something that's different, not just, I don't know, I'm having trouble with this. It's late at night. It's like 11 o'clock when I'm shooting this because I'm getting it late to my editor, Parush, and he's probably mad at me right now. Are you mad? A good example of a bad subject line. Male, 40s, professional voice actor, FICOR. Tells me nothing. That's so many people are going to send that. And I've sent that many times and gotten 0 response. The most responses I ever got when I said, just book a History Channel documentary, need help. I got response. I sent that to Buckwald and I got a response within like 3 hours. And I sent it at 9 o'clock at night, which was like, oh no, I sent it at like 6 o'clock at night on the West Coast when I was in Vancouver and I got a response at 9 o'clock at night from someone at Buckwald, which is, if you don't know, a really big agency. So yeah, use like hooks. If you don't know what a hook is, just Google it and just steal some. What's another one? I just booked big client. Want to help me book more? You know, stuff like that. And do something that's totally a little out there. Some people will tell you not. Tell them how much money you made. If you made more than $50,000 in voiceover, tell them. If it's less than that, maybe not. Just tell them you booked a bunch. Put some clients you had. Show them you're already working. Make them curious. Tell them you need an agent to help you negotiate contracts. Don't tell them you need an agent because you want to make it. Tell them you're going to bring them work. Then yes, they will send you those auditions that you want anyway without you even asking for it. And here's another thing. Don't send it to the info inbox, even if on their website they tell you to. That's where everyone's going to send theirs. Find the actual agent's email. Not that hard to do. You can find it on a website called uptodateactor.com. They have some direct emails listed for some agents. If you send a good email and you made some money and you're professional and your demo's really good, they will not be annoyed. They'll probably get back to you if you have a really good hook subject line and you stand out. If you send them a terrible email with a mediocre demo and your subject line sucks, it's just going to get deleted. And they might even get annoyed you're sending it to them direct and not sending it to them what the website says to. So make sure you prepare. Good email doesn't even have to be long. Just tell them the information that they need to know. Some of the clients you worked with, how much money you've made in voiceover, if you've made a significant amount, that you want an agent to help you negotiate contracts, and you'd love to jump on a Zoom call to see if it's a fit. Something to that nature. Super short, just who you are, what you've done, what you're about, what you want. Goodbye. Now, here's a hack that I've been finding lately. People in VoiceOver School community have been having a lot of success with this, is take a workshop with an agent. Only do it with like a big one. And they do offer them. You can find them on actingandvoicestudios.com, I believe it's called. Actors Connection, and of course, Up to Date Actor. You'll see advertisements for upcoming workshops with certain agents. Sign up for those. Get on their radar as a person, not just another faceless demo in their inbox. You actually get to talk to them. They can feel your energy. It's not just the demo or your potential. It's who you are as a person. People like working with people they like. It does cost money, usually about $100 a pop, but I mean, what's your time worth to you? You send out emails forever, and if it's not working for you, get face-to-face with them on a Zoom call. Take a workshop. Take a few workshops. Get them to know you. They might even give you some really good feedback and tell you something that would be important, like, oh, you sound generic, or you know what? I don't feel like your skills are right there. Then oh, I need more training. Oh, I'm sounding generic. I need to brand myself a little bit more specific, however it is. And then after you've taken one of these in-person or on Zoom face-to-face workshops, then you can reach out to them and they know who you are. So they're going to open it for sure. And when you do reach out, don't send a generic email. Personalize it. Reference something specific about their agency or what you learned in the agent workshop. If you did a face-to-face Zoom call, show that you did your homework, and don't just like copy and paste the same email to 47 agents. God damn it. I'm going to drive this point home. And I know this because I've done it myself. Generic emails get generic results, which is to say almost no results. Reason number 4, you are not professional yet. And I don't mean just your performance, I mean your business. Do you have a professional website? Do you respond to emails quickly? Do you deliver clean audio on time? Are you getting hired every week consistently? Do you know how to quote for a job? Do you understand usage rights and buyouts? Agents don't just want to babysit you. They want to work with pros who already know how to run their own business. If you're still figuring out the basics, you're not ready for an agent yet, and they're not going to be able to help you. And that's okay. But don't waste their time or yours by submitting before you're ready. Get your business dialed in first. Build your systems. Book some jobs on your own. Then approach agents from a position of strength. Because when you're already working, already professional, already bookable, agents want to work with you. You're lower risk, higher reward. You're an easy yes. And here's reason number 5, the one nobody talks about. You don't even need an agent yet. Seriously? Do you? Most voice actors think getting an agent is the goal, but an agent is a tool. And if you don't have the foundation in place, that tool isn't going to help you. Here's what I mean. If you're not booking consistently on pay-to-plays, if you're not getting callbacks on your auditions, if you don't have a solid demo, if you don't understand the business, an agent isn't going to fix that. An agent amplifies what you already have. And if you're already bookable, they help you book more and negotiate better rates. If you're not bookable yet, they're just going to pass on your worst, sign you, and never send you anything, or send you a few things. You get bad feedback and they let you go. Then you're sad as shit for a year. Then you quit voiceover and you get mad because you didn't watch this video, so you cuss out your coach who told you to do that shit anyway. And I lost my train of thought. Just don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. It's late. Did I mention? It's late. Before you chase agents, ask yourself, am I booking on my own? Do I have a system that works? Am I making money without an agent? If the answer is yes, great. Now an agent makes sense. If the answer is no, focus on building your foundation first. Get training, join a community, build your business, book jobs on pay-to-plays, get your systems dialed in. Then go after agents, because when you do, you'll be coming from a place of strength, not desperation. And trust me, they can smell desperation a mile away. Oh, the pungent smell of desperation. The disgusting sewer-dwelling, desperate voice actor looking for an agent smell. Ah, yes. Putrid. Moving on. If you fix these 5 things, you'll either get agent representation or you'll realize you don't even need it because you're already booking and making money on your own. And honestly, that's the best position to be in. If you're watching this and you're thinking, okay, I need to build that foundation first, but I don't know where to start. I got you. If you look at the links below, I've got a free training that breaks down the exact system that we use in VoiceOver School to take people from zero to booking without needing an agent. It covers the whole game plan from beginning, setting up your home studio, making the DIY demos, getting on the pay-to-play sites, dominating there, going full-time, all that shit. And everything that we do inside VoiceOver School if you're ever curious. And it's 100% free. The link is below. If you got value out of this, hit the subscribe button. I drop new videos every single week. See you in the next one. Toodles. I don't know if I'm going to do toodles anymore. Somebody in the comments, drop me a new sign off and I'll start doing it. Toodles.